Dave Bartosiewicz with episode 4 now. Now, I got to tell you, some of the things that for me, I got really excited about because when I started getting into learning about the Word of God, it wasn't about what I needed to do. You come from a whole different frame of trying to be righteous, right? All these works that you needed to put together, going to the temple, and proving to many people that you're good, that you're righteous, that you're in a position to make sure that you show a good face to your neighbors, right? That, oh wow, look at me now I've done all these things, so I look better. In trying to obtain truth, Jesus wants us really not to rely on our works. He wants us to rely on His work, the work that He did for you and me. And that work that He did was to save you on the cross. He bled on the cross. He paid for all your sin on that cross. He died to sin on that cross. And now, by you believing in Him, you are covered with His blood and you are saved. So by being saved, what does that mean? A lot of people don't understand that. Well, it means that you're His child. And when I was actually, coming to this understanding, it started changing my life, right? Because I was brought up in a faith that I was supposed to do all these things and trying to prove myself always and feeling guilty a lot of times that I wasn't doing the things I was supposed to do. And I'm sure many of you feel that same way. And I felt like, wow, I'm never feeling good enough in my heart, in my mind. I'm not feeling like this is something that I could really develop this important relationship with God. And so it started changing for me when I started to know more about Jesus being the truth. He's the way. And the way really is that you love Him because He saved you. It's like if you had a child, right? And you're at a beach, and all of a sudden you weren't there to save your child, and your child was drowning and somebody saved him and pulled him in, from the ocean onto the beach and saved your child, wouldn't you do anything for that person? Of course you would. And that's sort of the same thing. What happens to us now is that once we have a relationship with Jesus, we will do anything. It's not about trying to prove to Him, but we love Him. We want to do anything for His cause because we want to share the good news to everybody that He came and He saved us. So we do have a different frame of mind and continue to think this way because it's not about works. And you could do anything in the sense of being free now. I mean, there are certain guidelines and certain commandments that we have to follow, but the biggest commandment that we have now is to love. We have to love the Lord with all our heart, with all our mind. And once you surrender to Him and you are His disciple, you are a changed person because you are now a new creature because you love Him first and foremost. I told my wife, when I started, she was still a Mormon, I told my wife this, that I love God more than I love you. But in so doing, I love you so much more. And so my relationship with my wife started really changing. She was still Mormon and I was not Mormon. And so this is sort of where things start going when your relationship, when you realize a lot of these things, you develop a different relationship, you become a new creature, and you're free to do a lot of things. But, I just want to let you know, this is the next step of where it goes and how you don't look back, but you look forward with Christ. He's the way. But that's episode 4, and I want to share with you, keep tuning in. You'll be seeing episode 5.